please welcome to the stage my good friend, Joey C.
Let you know that I am not Arab. This is going to be the white part of our show. Me and the last comedian are both white. Well, actually, I'm European. My parents are from Spain, which I'm considered white. But a lot of the brown people, we created. So, well, that didn't get a joke at Cinco de Mayo last year either. My name's Joey C. I'm with the W generation, the Woodstock generation. Now, the original Woodstock in 1969, not all the train wrecks that came after. Because I came of age in the 60s, the drug, sex, rock and roll 60s. We took a lot of drugs back then. We did a lot of, but I wasn't a drug addict. I was a researcher. I was a scientist. I was experimenting with drugs, all kinds of drugs. I wanted to make it better for the younger folks that are coming later on and stuff. So I did a lot of drugs, did a lot of experimentation. My favorite drug was called acid. Remember acid? I did a lot of acid in the 60s. Which is funny now because I'm in my 60s, I do a lot of antacid. I mean, I'm tripping on antacid tonight. I ain't seeing no colors and no trails, but my tummy feels good. Feels real good. But the drug, sex, rock and roll, like I said, I had a lot of sex in the 60s too. A lot of sex, sometimes with a partner. I wasn't afraid to do research alone, on my own, by myself. That's what a good researcher would do. But every once in a while I'd find a partner, we researched together, so we researched a lot of sex. But the reason our motto was drugs, sex, rock and roll, because we bought the drugs to get the girls to party with us. We'd have sex and listen to rock and roll. Now that I'm in my 60s, my motto is drugs, sex, rock and roll. But you don't need the drugs to get the girls to party with me anymore. Because women my age, oh, they're hella horny, boy. Hella horny. Y'all thinking I'm talking about cougars. But no, if they're my age, they are saber-toothed tigers. But I like to say they're toothless, if you know what I mean. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. That's why I use Viagra. And you gotta love Viagra, but you gotta be careful with Viagra. Last time I took it, got stuck in my throat. I had a stiff neck for like 4 hours. My Adam's apple was hard as a rock. Nobody got pleasure that night. Nobody. And for you guys taking ginkgo biloba for your memory loss, try Viagra. First time I took it, I remember what it was like to be 15 years old again. Taking those 2-3 hour showers. Mom yelling at you because all the bars of soap look like hot dog buns. Now my wife does all the yelling at me. On the way over here tonight, I listened to the radio. A semi-truck full of Viagra on Interstate 80 was hijacked. And the cops are looking for your help. They need to find 3 hardened criminals. They want to know if you'll help them. And I'm not here to talk about Viagra. I'm here to talk about the drug of choice of the 60s. And I'm sorry, guys, it wasn't meth. You know, meth heads, you typically laugh at that joke. I'm going to tell there's no meth heads in here because nobody laughed at that joke. So I'm not going to finish the meth head joke because you won't laugh at that. You won't laugh at the rest of the meth head joke. So forget it. No more meth head. But the scientists called the drug of choice of the 60s lysergic acid diethylamide. We call it LSD. I mean, I tried using the initials LAD, lysergic acid diethylamide, but every time I walked into a bar and said, "Hey, dude, you want to do a little lad with me tonight?" I get my ass kicked, thrown out in the street, yelled at, called a pedophile. One time I ever got a yes was in the Catholic Church. It's all right, I'm Catholic and I already know to ask for forgiveness on my deathbed for that joke. That joke. But I took a lot of LSD back in the 60s and stuff. And that's the reason my neurologist feels that I have Parkinson's disease because of it. Now that joke never gets a laugh either. Well, that part does, so. Okay, one time at the punchline, when I finished the joke, some lady in the back of the room started laughing. The whole audience turned around and looked at her. Some dude goes, "What the hell, lady? Look at his hand. There's something wrong with this dude." And that's why I tell you, I don't want you to feel sorry for me because I have Parkinson's. I want you to stop paying attention to my hand, basically, and thinking, because there's one of three things that you be thinking that this guy's happening to me. Because he's so damn nervous he can't stop his hand from shaking. If that dude's got Parkinson's, that's the secret handshake. That usually gets a laugh too. Maybe I'm off tonight, maybe I'm a little too high, because I'm still doing research with drugs and stuff, I still do it. But I can't smoke marijuana anymore because my lungs and the whole system is just destroyed. I don't like dropping acid at all, and I hate edibles. So as you can tell, I'm doing wearables tonight. My marijuana t-shirt on, my acid wash jeans, and I've got some cocaine underwear on there. Woo! Pablo Escobar would be proud of me right now, boy. Wow. And I'm also wearing my sushi socks, because I love raw fish, and if I get the munchies later, I can just take the raw fish off my sushi socks. But another thing that people think is, man, it would be awesome if that dude had a tambourine in his hand.
Can you prove it?
What?
Can you prove it?
Prove what?
That you're good at the tambourine.
Oh, I don't have a tambourine, I'm sorry.
I got one.
What?
I got one.
Who brings a tambourine to a comedy show? Bring it up here. That's it, folks. That's all I can do with tambourine. Do you mind if I put it down because I can't stop it? Well, actually, I can stop it. I mean, if I concentrate hard enough, I can stop the tremors, but it doesn't last long enough. Or if I grab something stiff, I can concentrate, and it stops the tremor. But why would I do that, huh? But tremors are all right. I mean, there are certain things that are bad about tremors. I'll never win at the game operation again. I lost my job. I used to be a sign language teacher here at Lincoln High School. Every time I signed, the kids thought I was stuttering. But I found my dream job. I'm a fluffer in the porn industry. And when the disease moves to my left side, like my doctor says it will, I'll get paid twice as much. But I see so many people, your eyes are all widened up. This guy does impersonations too. Man, that's the best impersonation of Michael J. Fox I've ever seen. And I did that joke in LA. Michael was sitting in the audience right up front. And when I hit the punchline, I looked down at Michael, because if he didn't like the joke, I wouldn't do it. I would take it out of my set. Look down at Michael, he's doing that. I said, shit, he hates my joke. He hates it. I looked him up after the show. I said, Michael, I'm sorry about that joke. I'll take it out of my set. He said, what joke was that, Joey C? And I said, the one about me impersonating Michael J. Fox. He goes, I love that joke. I said, Michael, you're shaking your head no. He said, I got Parkinson's, you asshole. But Michael and I have become very great friends. I mean, we're actually working on a movie together. Michael and I are collaborating on a movie about two young boys that work for their father's valet service. We're going to call it Parking Sons.